to the stories that we have for you is running from now till 1 p.m. For more details, let's fight for Galamsey to be eliminated from the system. And some 39 people who were part of the weekend street protests and were arrested by the police for what they described as unlawful acts have been remanded into custody by the Accra Circuit Court, and they were part of 3-day street protests organized by the pressure group Democracy Hub. The protest, which voiced concerns over illegal small-scale mining, popularly known as Galamsey, and economic mismanagement, has led to the charges of unlawful assembly and other offenses against the demonstrators. My colleague Akwesi Addo, who also has a relative among the arrested persons, joins us again for some more updates. Akwesi Addo, thank you for your time. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Annie, and thank you for having me.
The first question that I will ask you is, I'm just sure if you can give us some updates that your family is worried, no?
We are so worried because we have not had any communication from the police regarding how we can reach out to her to ascertain whether she's been catered for. Neither has the police informed us about any step they have taken regarding her welfare when it comes to her health. Because for us, we do know that the police, as at this time, should be aware that our relative has vulnerabilities that need critical attention, and that her detention without offering any help is placing her in more danger.
So what are you going to do? Because you really don't have any information yet. They have been taken up in remand. The police is not speaking, and lawyers are not being allowed. The families are not being allowed. What is the family, thinking of doing, the next move?
So the next move is we've contacted legal person, and so what we intend doing is to file for appeal and then pray the court to grant her bail, given the vulnerable condition that she is in. Actually, we would be very surprised if, as at now, the police administration has failed to, to seek health care for our relatives. Because it was around this same period yesterday when we got notice that her condition has triggered one at the National Police Headquarters. And this has been reported on by almost every media house. And the police do monitor some of these things. Even yesterday at the court premises while I was speaking, I saw the Ghana Police TV capturing the interview. I'm sure that by now the police administration should be aware. And so any failure on their part to, have a relative taken to the hospital just so they can be checked on would be something that would come as a surprise to us, because we hold the view that if someone is arrested for whatever offense and the person is in a health crisis, it is the responsibility of the police to take action. Because the fact that you've arrested somebody for an offense which the police has not even been able to establish or any court finding her guilty doesn't mean that she should die himself.
How often was this your relative supposed to be taking her medication?
So for the glaucoma, she has drops that frequently she has to be using. And then the asthma also, anytime she moves around, she was supposed to be carrying her inhaler. I cannot tell whether
she has an inhaler.
Because we have not even though she left home with a handbag, all those things are in the possession of the police.
Right.
And we have not been able to communicate with her to ascertain whether they have given her inhalers or why himself. We do not know whether she has run out of inhalers and would need some. We do not know.
Do you have an idea? Let me try again. Where they've been taken to? Do you think you know?
So formerly she was at Kaneshie. So yesterday, because of how the first proceedings went, I personally could not go back to Kaneshie to check whether she was there. But I sent another relative to check, and she did confirm to me that she was taken back to Kaneshie. But then again, she said the police at Kaneshie says she cannot interact with her. So even after they being remanded, we are still not being allowed to speak to them. And I am surprised that the Ghana Police Service, even though have been issuing series of press statements since Sunday, none of the statements is mentioning specifically what they are doing. They have failed to inform the general public about what relatives about what relatives can do. Nothing. They have not given any directive. They are not responding to this call. And as a matter of fact, these are basic human rights that need to be respected by a police administration working in a democratic jurisdiction like Ghana. And this is very sad. And I am wondering why, even though the Attorney General has expressed interest and the Attorney General is the one who is now handling the case for the police's statement, is ignoring this basic right of the citizens of this country and even failing to responding to these human rights issues we are raising.